Welcome to Real Life with Jenny. My name's Jenny Sanaparatna. Grab your favorite drink, go get a snack, and then we'll get started. Today I have freshly popped popcorn with butter on top and salt because I am a popcorn snob and I really don't enjoy microwave popcorn, but I do love freshly popped air pop popcorn. I know, it's a good day, right? And I have some mango Ceylon tea. So let's get real. Today is one of those days that it was hard to get out of bed. It just was. It was a hard day to get out of bed. When you live in Minnesota, and it has been in the 40s here in Minnesota, which for some of you, you're like, oh, wow, how can you get out of bed when it's 40? But here, I have been out walking. I am enjoying the sunshine. I've got my sunglasses out, like full, no coat. It has been fabulous. Yesterday, I actually took a walk in shoes without socks. Like, it was glorious. It was just a glorious day. And I could see all the roads, like half of them had no ice on them anymore in my trailer court, and it has just been blissful. My dog came back yesterday from our walk completely covered in mud because there were so many mud puddles everywhere. I was like, this is amazing. And I woke up this morning and I put my little toe out of the bed and I was like, wait a minute, why is it freezing out? What is happening? I haven't had to wear slippers for a couple days. What's going on? And I go to the window and it is snowing. Everything is now covered in white. And I am not an anti-snow girl. I really am not. But I was not a happy camper. I was like, okay, we are in the middle, and this is probably weird for you, but my family, my husband, my daughter, and I do a lot of competitions because that is who we are. It motivates me. It is something that I'm super highly competitive. I had to stop playing Monopoly years ago because I'm too emotionally involved. Like that little, I love the little top hat. That little top hat means a lot to me. And so I just can't play anymore. I'm just way too competitive. So we've learned to do things in our house that motivate us in good ways. So right now we're in a walking competition. So what does that mean? That means we have 100 days, and whoever gets the most amount of days that reaches a certain goal of steps gets $100. Now, where's this $100 coming from? Yeah, you guessed it, out of the general fund. But it is a motivation that I needed to get out to be walking, especially in the wintertime. So right now, I believe we're on day, I think 15 or 16, and none of us have missed our goal for the day. So we each have a goal of steps that we need to take. We each have our little step tracker, and we have to meet that amount of goals, and then whoever at the end of the 100 days gets the $100. And so I don't want to lose. Like yesterday we were in church and my daughter's like, I need my backpack from the car. And my husband's like, I'll go grab it. And I'm like, nope, I need the steps. I'll go. So I'm out like traipsing in the parking lot. I parked as far away from the church as I possibly could so I could get as many steps as possible. Like, I'm super competitive. Anyway, I wake up this morning and I know what my day looks like today. I know I've got a very busy day. I know there's not a lot of time and I need to go on a walk before I do anything else. Like I need to get up, have a piece of toast. Actually, this morning I had some eggs and toast. Yay! And I have to take the dog for a walk. I just know that needs to happen. But I look out and there is snow and I'm like, Lord, here we go. Now, the one thing you maybe need to know about this is I don't have the best walking shoes. I am working right now. I'm on my like 5th pair from Amazon that I keep ordering them and going, these are wrong, and returning them. Ordering a new pair. These are like, I cannot find a pair of walking shoes that I love. The shoes I'm wearing right now, I actually bought 6 years ago when we went to Rome for our 20th anniversary, and they have no tread. They are like ice skates on anything. Just on like regular concrete, I can just skate across. Just, like I've got the little wheels on the bottom. So I know that these aren't the best shoes, but I need to get my steps in for the day. And I'm still short right now as I'm talking into this microphone, and I'm having a hard time not getting up and doing this while I'm pacing. I'm just that competitive. So I decide I'm going to go out anyway. I know that there are slippery patches. I'm trying to remember where the ice was melting yesterday and where it could be. But the thing I forgot, about this walk is my dog is a dog of complete and utter no training when it comes to walks. And he is a bundle of energy. So he is at a full sprint. And he's not a big dog, but he's a powerful dog. And so he's kind of acting as if, I've said this a couple of times today, like he was a husky pulling a sled and he was like, let's go. And I'm behind him just sliding through things. Like it was very scary. And I'd be like, slow down. I'm like out taking this walk. Slow down, because I am just skating behind him. He's going so fast. And he does not understand the idea of walking slowly to make sure you don't hit an ice patch. Because he hits an ice patch, he falls on his belly, he gets up, he moves on. I fall on my belly and there's no more moving on. So we're having this constant struggle back and forth. And there were several, I think it was about, I actually stopped counting around 10 times that I had the full cartoon hands waving in the air moment to keep to keep myself on my feet. And I prayed all the way through that entire walk. I was like, Lord, I am here and I need you to be my stability because I do not have it. And this dog does not think he needs to slow down. He's like, Mom, let's go. Now, if I would have taken him at the end of the day, let's be real, there would have been no energy left. And he would have been like, hey, Mom, let's take a leisurely walk. But because I'm competitive and I wanted to get my steps in early, there we are. Jenny is sliding through intersections and it was just a mess. And you're like, what does this have to do with anything in the entire world? Well, maybe it doesn't. I don't know. Maybe it's just a fun story. But the moment that I got home, there was just a sense of complete relief. I was like, I made it. I did it. I finished the race, right? And I looked down at my little stepper and I was still 3,000 steps away from my goal. And I went, Lord, that's not fair. But really, my challenge for you this week is not necessarily that you need to make challenges with your family because you're probably not nearly as competitive as we are. It says a lot when all of us, well, Kevin was at the steps already. Sam and I were nowhere near the steps we're trying to get to every day. And Sam and I are like pacing our teeny tiny little house that gives you 100 steps from the back of the house to the front of the house. If you go from the back to the front back, you get 100 steps. So imagine how many times we're pacing and we're passing each other in a hallway that doesn't fit two people. It's super fun. But I really thought today I wanted to bring before you and say, where are you allowing God to step in? And I know that's really bizarre and really kind of a weird thing, but when I got home, I didn't really even realize that most of that walk, I was praying. Like, Lord, I need you. Lord, I need you. Lord, I need you. And I got home and I was like, wow, that was almost an unconscious way of living my life. And I was really grateful. I was really grateful that was my backup. That was my, oh no, I'm in trouble. Lord, I need you. Right? And I want to challenge you today that sometimes we don't get there. Right? There's that song, Jesus Take the Wheel. And that is not always our first thought when something bad comes into our lives. Our first thought is not always, Jesus, take the wheel. Lord, where are you? I need you. But I'm going to challenge you to start capturing those moments that you find that you're in a bad situation. You know, you're slipping on the ice. You are running into something with your person at work. You're running into a financial problem. You're running into a relationship problem. That when you're feeling like things have gotten out of control, that even if your first thought isn't, Lord, I need you, that you would take that thought captive and go, okay, I see the situation and I do need God here. Then no matter what you're walking through, God can step in. I am on a simple walk in a trailer court in Minnesota, crying out to him to make sure that I get home safe. Is that something that you kind of feel like, oh no, I'm cluttering up the phone line? That's not how it works, right? God wants to hear everything. He wants to be part of every part of your life. He doesn't just want to hear the big stuff. He wants to be a part of all of it. He wants to be part of any kind of situation, a fight at work or a job that is overwhelming, that lands on your desk and you're like, I don't know how to do this. How in the world am I going to do this? I don't know. To lean back and go, God, where's your wisdom? I need your wisdom in this, because this is not a skill set I have. In fact, I have done that more often than you have any idea with this podcast. Lord, this is not a skill set that I have. I do not know how to do this. I do not know how to relate to people around the world. All I know is how to be me. And he goes, Jenny, lean into me. It's okay. Be who you are. I've made you who you are. It's okay. And so this afternoon, this week, as you're walking through things and you're dealing with people that irritate you, and whether it's children or coworkers or a spouse or a sibling, wherever you are. Did I just name all the things in my life? I don't know. But whether you're dealing with those things, I just pray that your first or second reaction is, Lord, I need your wisdom in this. Lord, I need you to step into this situation. It may not be your first reaction. I don't know what your first reaction is, but it may not be your first reaction. That's okay. It will come. I will tell you, 5 years ago, if you would have told me that my first reaction on a walk with a husky trying to pull me along on the ice would have been, Lord, I need you and I need your strength to keep me balanced, I would have laughed at you. I'd have been like, no, there's no way that would be my first reaction. My first reaction probably would have been tears of complete and utter frustration and wanting to call Kevin and say, hey, I'm going to stop right here and I'm going to have you pick me up. Now, that might have been a good thought to have anyway, because it got a little crazy out there. I maybe should have done that. Anyway, that's beside the point. First reaction may not be, God, where are you? I need you. Lord, help me in this situation. But let's make it our second thought. Let him step into your situation, no matter where it is, no matter whether it's at Walmart or Target, no matter if it's at school or at work, whether it's at home or in your finances. When things seem out of control, I pray that your second thought, if not your first, is, Lord, I need your wisdom in this. Well, that is all I have for this week. I know that it's going to be a great week for you as you strive to see God come into every situation that feels a little out of control. You can find me at Real Life with Jenny on Instagram and on Facebook. Come join us there. It's a blast. And you can find me at christconnection.cc/Jen. All of my info is there. I would love to connect with you any way that you feel comfortable. If you have prayer requests, if you have speaking engagements that you need filled, just give me a call or a text. I think it's email on there. I would love to hear from you. Well, let's be encouraged. This week, when things pop up, I pray that you say, Jesus, take the wheel. And not the song, but you're like, Lord, I am going to learn to trust you in every situation and ask your wisdom into it. And let's see what God will do. Have a great week.